Gay Pride Month. I have to say it because I'm gay and I would be doing a dishonor to my community. Alrighty, so like I was introduced, my name is MacGregor VanBeurden. I am the founding president of the LGBTQ plus Democrats of Catawba County. I also am the community outreach coordinator with NCDHHS, so I cover the entire state of North Carolina, so I've been in this room many times before. I also work with the LGBT Chamber of Commerce. I work with our director for the Blue Ridge region, so I do cover Charlotte, north, over to the mountains. So I'm very involved with LGBT issues, and as you can tell, they're very dear to my heart. I myself am a gay male. I grew up in Hickory, North Carolina, went to school at UNC Asheville, and I've moved back, so now I live in Newton. And it's been hard growing up gay. It was really difficult in high school. I have seen a lot of progress made, and that gives me a lot of hope, and I think there's a lot of progress to be made outside of Catawba County. And I'm so happy to be here because I think there's a lot of potential here in Gaston County as well. And it's so good to see so many people out. This is probably more people than we would have in Catawba County, so y'all are doing pretty good. So what is the goal of the LGBTQ plus caucus? And what is my focus? So my focus is really to build a strong network of LGBT caucuses, especially in Western North Carolina. We have a number of chapters in our more populated areas, particularly the Triangle, the Triad, and Charlotte. Surprisingly, we don't have a group in Asheville, but that will be up and coming. And now we have our group in Hickory, and so I really want to build a strong base in this area. We have interest here in Gaston County, we have interest in Caldwell County, I'm going to talk to them about getting a group started, and we have interest in Iredell County, Cleveland County, so there's a lot of interest right now, and we're going to make a strong network of support systems. So, why does the work matter? Well, I think we know why it matters, but I'll still remind everybody. LGBTQ plus rights, they are under attack. We've seen a wave of attacks federally and on the state level and even locally. The chapters, they bring a lot of visibility, they bring structure, and they bring long-term power. So they're really essential in building a support system. They also build a permanent place for LGBTQ plus issues in the Democratic Party. And that's really important because we don't want the Democratic Party to lose sight of our marginalized communities, including our LGBTQ plus community. We don't want to be left behind. So what does a local chapter do? First of all, it's obviously a safe political place for LGBT folks and allies. Allies are very much the backbone of our groups and our wave of change, so we need our allies. So it is a safe political space. Also, it does provide for elected officials a seat on the county executive committee. For example, I'm the president, but I also am the representative for this region of North Carolina on the state caucus, so I travel throughout the region and really try to organize caucuses. It also has opened a lot of doors for me. For example, this Friday I'm going to have the pleasure of speaking with the governor to talk about some issues, so it really does open a lot of doors for you. Also, it educates, it mobilizes, and it does elect pro-LGBTQ plus candidates. In Newton, which is sort of where our focus has been, in Newton we have 3 seats up for election this race, and one of those seats, somebody running on that seat will be an LGBTQ plus member, so that's awesome. And also it does connect you with the statewide LGBTQ plus democratic efforts, which also opens a lot of doors. So it's a really great opportunity, and it's really, really easy to get started. Now, I want to emphasize that we do really need allies to make this successful, especially in an area where there might not be a huge LGBTQ plus population. You don't have to be part of the LGBTQ plus community to lead or help. Allies, we love you guys. Allies can be officers, volunteers, organizers. Yes, you can also help start the caucus. We had a group in somewhere in the mountains, I want to say Cherokee, that started up, and all of their officers, when they started their group, they were all allies. There were actually no LGBTQ plus members that started that group. The allies started it, and then eventually down the road, as that group expanded, they were able to get officers that were part of the LGBTQ plus community. And then some of our strongest Catawba County leaders are allies, and they've really helped us. And you know what's crazy? There are Republicans that will help you. There are Republicans that helped us. And I'll get more into that later. So, even though you might think, oh gosh, this is such a conservative area, there are people that are very willing to help you, and there are people in the Democratic Party willing to help you, on a state level that are willing to help you, and there are people that you might think don't want anything to do with you that will also help you. So how to start a chapter? It's really easy. You need 5 registered Democrats, and I see a lot more than 5 registered Democrats in this room. So, cha-ching, we did the first step. After we have 5 registered Democrats that are interested in being a part of this group, you would host an organizing meeting, which the state can help with, I can help with. All you have to do is have a meeting to talk about sort of how you want your chapter to look, what are bylaws, the mission, the goal, the vision. Then after you would have an interest meeting, you would elect your officers, you would approve bylaws, and then you would collect your $10 dues for each member. When you collect those $10 dues, I want to be this is really important. The county party, they're there to help you. And so when you collect your $10 dues, they can hold on to your finances until you set up a bank account. So you can collect money, give it to the county, they can hold on to it, as long as this is okay with your county party, but they can hold on to it, and then they can transfer that money to your bank account once you have a bank account set up. So we started in November of last year, and the county held on to our dues. We got our bank account up and running a month ago, and they wired it over to us. It was no big deal, easy peasy. So you would elect your officers, you would approve your bylaws, you would collect your dues, and then you would connect with your county party for a certification. They would certify you as an official chapter. And then there's a chapter packet that you would have to submit to the state. And then eventually, as you're growing, you would open a bank account. And once you open that bank account, make sure you transfer the money from the county to your bank account. And then you would register with the State Board of Elections. And then you would also set up an Act Blue, which is what we use to fundraise, and you would grow your membership, build your committees. So it sounds like a lot. It was not that bad. If you are interested in starting a group up, I do have the startup packet with me, as well as information on setting up an Act Blue and a bank account and all that fun stuff. I'm willing to sit down with you and really work with anyone that has interest. I think we can do it.